Okay, I got sent this video on the psychology of going bald, guys, so let's react. Before I start this video, just please be nice, guys. Like, we are talking objectively, not trying to upset anybody, we are just reacting to this video, okay? Be nice.
So for 3 years, every 6 months or so, I will sit down and I will look at all of the scientific literature about balding. I'll look for some kind of silver lining in the cloud. Because we know that balding is bad, right? So we know that men who go bald have it worse. So they're considered less physically attractive.
There is, unfortunately, multiple studies showing that bald men are perceived to be less attractive.
Another big thing about balding is since it is a relatively uniform experience, it's so common, right? It's not so rare that people deserve sympathy. It's one of the few aspects of physical appearance that you are allowed to make fun of people for.
Yeah, nobody shows sympathy for bald guys in society. It's just laughed off. Brutal.
Right? So you can just make fun of people you can crack jokes about people being bald. There's no sympathy. You're the butt of jokes. In the realm of body positivity, like, balding doesn't have a space.
Facts, like if you called someone overweight, you're probably gonna get your chin tested. Bald jokes, no problemo.
Right? Body positivity is about weight. It's about curviness. It's about thigh gaps. It's about beards or no beards. But it's not about balding. No one's like, it's okay. Like we.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, it's not something that you physically have control over without medication, of course.
You should love bald people. No one says that. So balding comes with a huge mental health impact. It comes with a huge societal impact.
The moment that you realize you're balding, for like 90% of guys, your whole personality can change, particularly if you're a younger guy going through this. It's literally like a punch in the face from the universe.
Because it's one of these things that we don't accept. So I've been trying to figure out, like, what can I do to help people who are bald? So I've had patients who have gone bald. Like, sometimes I'll prescribe things like Propecia, which is an androgen converting blocker, an aromatase blocker, right? So
Propecia, aka Finasteride, actually blocks the enzyme that converts testosterone into DHT. DHT is what makes your hair thin. It's not an aromatase inhibitor. In fact, that would actually stop it from converting to estrogen. It would stop testosterone from converting to estrogen. An aromatase inhibitor would actually probably make your hair loss worse because of this. So yeah, easy mistake to make.
Different things that we can try to do to help people not go bald. But some people go bald. A lot of people go bald.
Yep, some guys, finasteride isn't enough. Their genes are just too strong and they need dutasteride, or, you know, they didn't take it for whatever reason and the hair is just gone.
And what do we do to help them? So for 3 years, I've been looking at literature and I've been trying to figure out, like, what can we do? And the science is very, very, like, disappointing. There's like study after study shows that if you're bald, basically there's going to be mental health impacts. There's this concept of pretty privilege, which is very real, right?
Higher levels of body dysmorphia, OCD, depression, so many mental health issues. It's really sad, man. And when I was peak hair loss, I was pretty much depressed, guys. Like, this is something that's often overlooked when it comes to hair loss medications, as people blame them for causing depression, when the hair loss itself quite literally makes most of us very unhappy. Just the fact that you're going through hair loss in the first place.
So if you're considered physically attractive, it comes with all kinds of other advantages.
Yeah, halo effect is real, like it or not, guys. It gets you in the room. It doesn't keep you there, but it makes things a damn sight easier in life. Just, you know, looking the way that society wants you to look, you know?
And so then there's this kind of idea that, like, as a bald man, you're going to be insecure. Like, the world is objectively going to treat you worse. The world is not going to give you sympathy for treating you worse, right? They're going to say, this sucks for you, and sorry about that. Actually, they're not going to say sorry. They're going to say, ha, 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 right? Because you're a bald dude.
I remember being a child with super thick head of hair, and, you know, we'd make jokes at my dad for being bald, and same as pretty much every guy, until they find out that 85% of men have some degree of hair loss by age 50. So yeah, don't kick the hornet's nest, guys, because you're probably gonna get stung.
There's like no sympathy. In fact, we're gonna treat you like crap. There's all kinds of self-esteem issues that come with that because you perceive yourself in a particular way, right? So when you look in the mirror, you see you. But as you start to go bald, you're kind of becoming a new you, but it's not like we're embracing a new you. We're actually just losing a better version of yourself. You're just like losing a part of yourself that makes you more attractive. It's like just a net loss.
This is a whole rabbit hole, and I probably have put it kind of myself. But yes, most guys do look better with hair than they do without it. And it's a rare few guys who have the bone structure and features that don't need hair. However, when you put most examples of a hot guy in Hollywood or something next to a picture of themselves, you know, a hot bald guy next to a picture of themselves with a healthy head of hair, the majority of people would agree that they probably look better in the picture with hair.
There's no gain. So this is why I haven't made much content about being bald, because I haven't found an answer. I haven't found a way to help people. Beyond, yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. It do be like that sometimes. So that doesn't work, right? Like I can't just make a video that says y'all are screwed. I'm sorry about that.
So I'll be completely honest. Yes, going bald is mostly negative. However, I do think there are some silver linings. For example, just shave it, bro. As uneducated and thoughtless as it sounds, you know, it does have some merit. It's fully letting go of your ego, and you know, ego has multiple layers, guys. It's not just being full of yourself. You know, it's understanding that we are all fairly insignificant in the grand scheme of the universe, and it's realizing that the you that you think you are is just a collection of thoughts and attachments. You're not your hair, you're not your jawline, you're not your follower count. You're just awareness experiencing all of this temporary stuff. And when you get that, not just intellectually, but feel it, I do think that going bald helps a lot of guys reach this level of lucid perception of their reality a lot quicker than they would have otherwise. You know, that level of understanding that guys tend to only reach later in life, in old age, when things like image become less of a priority because they know that they're gonna die soon. I noticed this in my conversation with Harry, aka Bald Cafe. He fully has the belief that he wouldn't go back in time and stop his hair loss if he had the choice, because it did set him free from his ego in a way. Similar to this monk I met in London who actually has a full head of hair but decides to shave it because he believes that letting go of vanity lets him experience his life more freely. So I get it, honestly. Would I do any of this myself? Absolutely not. When Morpheus gives me the choice, I would be choosing the pill that grants me hair and halo for eternity. I'm sorry guys, but I'm not at that level of transcendence mentally myself. And for me, you know, just having been able to maintain my hair, I am content with just adhering to the, you know, social structures that, like it or not, exist in our world today. You know, my life is just better with hair, and we are fortunate enough to have simple and effective treatments to actually stop hair loss in most cases these days. So, no, I don't think there's only negatives to going bald. However, yes, I do think it is mostly negative in Earth 2025. Guys, if you want more hair loss education content and how to stop it, go check out my other videos. Goodbye.